What's up? What is going on? What's going on, everybody? Almost done. Working through it. Alrighty. We're looking pretty good. Pretty good. Still working through it. There we go. All right. No worries. Going live now, but that's just me. Can you check the PR though? All right, so now that we're all set up in live, what we can do is we can first start off by opening up the project, shall we? Let me make sure that everything, yeah, you guys aren't hearing any weird feedback. I want to make sure about that. It keeps happening to me, and I don't want that to happen to you. Okay, so let me open up my terminal, and it should be in here. Clubhouse 2. Repo. What is it? Repo view. There we go. I need to send this over to Jared. There we go. All right, so I want advice. I think I have the skill to start coding, but I am struggling to start project because when start planning, I see all is problem to solve, and in the end, I don't have nothing. Okay, so it sounds like you are suffering from what I suffer from a lot of the time, where you just get overwhelmed. You're just being overwhelmed by all the things that you have to do, and you are just kind of like in this paralysis stage. And I feel you, man. So as simple as this advice sounds, it really is just that simple, and it's to just focus on like one small piece that you can knock out today. So if you're in this like if you're in this paralysis where it's like just so overwhelming, right? I run into this a lot. And sometimes what you have to do is you just have to like go and work on the thing that's most fun, is what I run into. So like sometimes I'll have like all these things that I need to do, and I'll just put them off, and I procrastinate a whole lot. And the way that I kind of overcome that is like I just start working on the most enjoyable part, so that like even though it's probably going to be the lowest priority, like, and it doesn't add the most value, as opposed to like all the things that I need to do and add the most value, what I do is I just work on the thing that I find the most entertaining. And even though I'm not working on the thing that's probably most important to be working on, at least I'm doing something, as opposed to getting stuck in this trap to where I'm doing nothing. And I think that's probably the best thing to go for. So that's what I would recommend. I don't know how helpful that is. I hope that makes sense. Also, what you could do is you could just commit to just doing 1%. Like, just say like, you know what? I don't think that I can do this, but I'm just going to do like 1%. Like whatever 1% looks like for your task, just do that and be like, whatever. I'm just going to commit to doing just 1%. Like whether that means just writing like one line of code, at least you did something as opposed to nothing. Could have merged. Hold on, I'm just talking to Jared. He's my partner on this. I just wanted to update him. I could have merged, but wanted to make sure you were cool with the changes. Okay, I get you. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Okay, so then git checkout main and git, what is this, git status? Git stash. Whoopsies. Let's go ahead and close this out real quick. Git clean df directory force git pull. That should continue. No, he said that he accrued it. Let's see. Oh, he approved it. Merge pull request. All right, so I'm merging it. Cool. So now that's in main. Now we do it. Woo, yes. All right, so let's go ahead and test this out. Double check. And looking good so far. All right. How was everybody's week, though? Mine was mixed. I'm kind of mixed on this week. So I feel like I had a good week. I feel like I had a productive week. But going back to Sixto's question about being like in this paralysis state where you feel like, you can't do anything. I was kind of going through that this week, in a sense where I was focusing on like a lot of the fun stuff, but I wasn't focusing on the most important things. So yeah, productive, but like not the best week. So. Isan says awful. Oh no. I hope everything's okay. I hope everything's okay. Just remember, the fact that you're even able to be on YouTube right now kind of shows that you have a couple of things going forward for you. You have electricity and you have internet, and usually internet means that you have some type of shelter. So things can always be worse if you're not even able to see this and communicate. So at least there's that. I'm not saying that your problem isn't a real problem. I'm just saying that, we got to try to find those silver linings. Check out. Okay, I don't think you guys could even see that actually. So in case anybody's curious what I'm doing. Git branch. What did I want to do? So feature add amplify. That's what I want. Okay, well, a couple things here. Git checkout, kilo, git merge. Let's close this because this is gonna be all messed up. Merge main. That's good. Okay. Git status. Git clean. Okay, so can you show demo app? I can't because we're not there yet. And also Jared's working on the UI. But I'll show you what we have. We're going to be using Swift UI. Jared's mostly working on the UI. I'm going to be working on like the back end portion for the most part, but I'll probably have to do a couple of things here and there with Swift UI. I wouldn't be surprised. But yes, what was I doing now? Oh, okay, so git check out. Now, let's see if we can merge. Damn, conflicts. Okay. It is what it is. Whoo! Add it by. Okay. So first let's go ahead and resolve this one. actually, I think I could do it with Z, right? I think we can open Xcode like that. Yep. All right, let's figure out what is going on here. It's all garbage, so y'all don't really care about what this looks like, but it'll help me. Okay, so head. Here we go. It wouldn't be a true collaboration if you didn't have merge conflicts. Am I right? No, that's so stupid. Let's see. This one I'm kind of not sure what to do with. Let's see, how many of these do we have? We have 5 merge conflicts. Okay, let's go ahead and try to resolve it. We'll see what happens. If not, I could always just pull. It's actually not even that serious. There we go. I know that there's some questions coming up in the chat. I'll check them right now, but I need to resolve this. Hold up. This is a little bit confusing. I see that it already exists right here, so we don't need that. Right? Man, this is hard to read. Okay, so I think that the safest thing to do, because there's a lot of stuff in here that's kind of hard to read, the safest thing to do, since we're still able to do it, is to simply just go ahead and start off fresh with that, with a new project. Okay, so a couple of questions. By the way, happy Persian New Year to everyone. Let's celebrate it. Happy Persian New Year. I actually should hit up my previous boss. She is Persian. And what's Z? Z is like Xcode command that allows you to open up Xcode, and then you pass in like either a file, or you can say Z period. And if you're at the root of your Xcode project, it will open up Xcode with that project. Really useful command. Highly recommend. Okay, so let me see if I could find the schema though. That's the only thing. So let's see. We did amplify pull, and we have the sandbox ID. I'm pretty sure this is the one. Let's double check. Alrighty. Okay, so sandbox amplified / schema design. Is this the same one? I think this is the one. Club follow. Yep, this is the one. All right, cool. So we can just simply pull it. Yep, we can just run this again and we'll be set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stop the merge right here. And since I didn't actually contribute anything to that branch, like I haven't done anything really, What I will do is I'll just go back and I'll add all the dependencies to this new branch. So git merge dot abort or dash abort and git checkout main or kilo, git checkout a new branch. And what we will do is we'll call this feature add amplify 2. All right, so now what we can do is let's go ahead and ls. This looks ls, yeah, it has the source folder, which means that we've merged. We removed the Mac OS target, I believe. I think. Hold on. What's up, Thal or Fall? You haven't missed a whole lot. I'm still just trying to resolve merge conflicts because I had to remove the Mac target, but now I'm noticing that we still have this Mac target right here. So let's go ahead and open this up. I want to see what's in it. So we have the tests on Mac. I believe we don't need this. This should have actually been deleted. And along with this, we should just be left with this, and this should be good. So now, let's do Z, and let's go ahead and run this again, make sure that it is still working. And where is our simulator? All right, so while I'm waiting for this to load, I am just going to, let's see. Let's see. All right. Okay, so as you can see, this is what Jared has already implemented himself. I think that we are mostly just showing the list. I don't think there's any additional functionality at this point. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to pull Amplify. So we can stop this. What's going on here? Here we go. Amplify, or we just paste this in, right? No. Where did it go? All right, so we got that. Gonna need the, or actually, does it help us? Yeah, I think it does. Oh, yes. Exactly what I needed. All right, so we got the models pulled. We need to do pod init, vim pod file, and we're going to mark this as 13 or higher. There we go. Yep, that looks correct to me. Amplify or arch pod install. There we go. We should be installing these pods into the framework. Or not into the framework, into the project. Looking good, looking good. Woo! So my iOS devs, are y'all going to the iOS dev happy hour tomorrow? My friend Alan is hosting it. You should check it out if you don't know about it. Let me find it. I'm going to try to go, but I don't know what my plans are for tomorrow. So I posted it in Discord. I could find it that way. I wanted to just throw this out there in case anybody wanted to hang out with other devs. I know that we're all kind of, going through, stuff with this whole pandemic and being locked down. So I think a lot of people like myself have, been disconnected from others. And I think the iOS Dev Happy Hour could be somewhere where you can connect with other people. So in case you're interested. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. And we have the workspace set up. We have the configuration files added. And if we go ahead and close this, we can open up that workspace. Let's go ahead, blow this up. And we're going to set this to 12. Let's go ahead. There we go. Just to have a file open. Let's run it. Let's make sure that everything works. Hello, Kilo. Do you really think that Amplify is a viable solution for production apps? I have doubts about the reliability of the service. Just a misclick and entire backend is deleted forever. I don't think that it's that easy to delete your backend. I think it's just as viable as any other product. I mean, you could code your own backend, and I suppose you could accidentally do something and delete or drop a table. That's what I've done before. So I don't think it's any more or less prone to deleting than any other service. But yeah, I mean, we're building this all out with Amplify, so if it can make Clubhouse, it's built on top of AWS service that's known for scaling, and a lot of people use it, so I don't think that there's any problems. I mean, I personally don't have any gripes with AWS. Obviously, I mean, I work there, right? But like, I always thought that AWS was good even before I started the job. My problem with AWS in the past was the crappy APIs that you had to work with, and Amplify has resolved that issue, so now I don't have a problem. Okay, so it looks like we're able to do that. So amp data store. We also need to get our models in here. So add a group, new group. We'll call this generated. There we go. Add files. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Oh, Mom's calling. Hey, Mom. I am doing good. How about you? Okay. I know I've been super busy. I'm actually live streaming right now. Can I give you a call back? Okay. All right. Love you too. Bye. All right. So now if we call configure, or well, we need to call it init, right? Configure Amplify. If we do that, and if we get it to run, then we should be good. Boop, 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 does not conform to codable. Ambiguous. Let's double check to make sure that everything was added properly. So this file is user is ambiguous. Why is that? Are big schema migrations reliable on Amplify? How would you proceed? I mean, I think it depends on what you mean by schema migrations. Like if you have a change, then you should be able to just push those changes up and then it should work, but you need to also clear your local data store before you do it. Let's see what is going on here. So I'm going to try to clean it and let's try to run it one more time. I want to find out what's going on. See if we can get it to build, and if it builds, then we should be okay. Okay, so it is having a problem, 35 issues. So where is it? Okay, so we're having a problem, but I don't know why. Form 2 decodable. So what I can do is I can delete these files and then let's pull them in one at a time and then see what happens. Remove references and let's try to debug this entire situation. So Clubhouse, Amplify, generated models, and copy items if needed. We shouldn't need to copy items. So we're going to need the Amplify models. And what is one object? Can I preview it? Let's see. Event room. Oh, this is a little bit tough because now they're all, let's see, let's think. Okay. Copy if needed, maybe. We shouldn't need to copy them though. That could definitely be the problem though. Create folder references. We're not adding folders, so it shouldn't be a problem. The weird thing is that it recognizes them here, right? I can jump to it, right? Oh, this one looks like it's... This one's not highlighted. What's going on with this one? Invalid redeclaration. Oh, okay. It's because I think Jared has a user object somewhere. Let's see. Redeclaration. Unless I did it myself. Invalid redeclaration. Then where's the other one? So we can find it like this. Clubhouse user. No. This is my user. Invalid redeclaration. So what I could do is, if it is being declared somewhere. Oh man. Xcode can kind of be a bummer sometimes when it doesn't do it. Okay. I think I should be able to delete this. Remove the reference. Use the search in the left pane. That's what I did, but I didn't see anything. Actually, where is this? Why am I able to see this? It should be removed, right? So let's go ahead and first let's make sure that we can run the app, right? I need to clean it because we have this error right here. Where is this coming from? Invalid redeclaration. This should be gone. Hold on. Let's clean it. Let's quit. Let's also tooling and ls. Let's go ahead and do I have my make file in here? Yes, make clean. All right, so let's see, close and reopen. Yeah, Cyrus, that's what I'm gonna try. Canal, that's what I did too. I also did the Command Shift O to search for it. Really like my videos. Thank you. Thank you. Damn, look at how long it's taking to make this clean. This is just a wrapper around one of these where it just clears out all derived data. Display, records, and remove Android Studio. Where is it? Now I'm kind of curious. Run it again. All right, so everything should have been cleared from the back end. And now if we go back and we open this project, I would guess that it's like see, I don't even know where this file is at that it's opening. Let's empty the trash as well. We should be able to run Amplify, like we've already established. This should be working. Faiz, I hope I say that right. Yeah, thank you. I'm so happy that I've been able to help. Like, that's what I'm here to do, is just like, learn stuff and then teach y'all stuff. Like, that's the entire plan, is just like we all come up together, right? So that's like, I think that's the best. Why do you recode Clubhouse? This is just kind of like a challenge for us, me and Jared. We wanted to see if we can build it out ourselves. And then also we may be end up turning it into a course. So I think that we both kind of wanted to like work on something together and have something that's kind of fun. And then like if it turns out to be like a really good learning experience, then what we're probably going to end up doing is turning it into a course where we teach everybody how to do this. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, everybody. Okay. All right. So we established that this can build, right? From here, we should be able to find user. This is a schema. That doesn't count. Oh, okay. Yeah, he has a user right here. This was the problem. I don't know why I couldn't find it before. let's rename this to dummy user. Not this one. No. On this one, yes. All right, so then we can change it to dummy user. There we go. So that should resolve our issue. Let's run it one more time. Everything still works, looking snazzy. Now we should be able to add it. Add files to Clubhouse. Okay, so Clubhouse 2, Amplify, generated models, all these. Got the files. Let's see if we can run it. Looks like we can. So then the next step would be to actually configure Amplify. Okay. Could not initialize Amplify. Coming JSON value. Could not cast incoming configuration. Let's see. Oh, because we do not have this deployed. Uncomment after deployed. There we go. Okay, we initialized Amplify. So we're ready to go. And I think that's all we really need it for right now. Actually, let's just go ahead and delete this. I know what to do. Jared's probably not going to mess with this portion of the code anyways. So that's fine. So this is with Amplify fully added. And we modified his home object. Damn, Jared, this is a mess. It's a mess, boy. It is just dummy data though. I think that's good. Kind of interested why this Amplify config didn't work. Oh, okay. Let's see. I need to set up instructions for him to get set up as well. So I'll need to add him to the project too. Let me think. Should he be able to run this at the moment? I think so. We'll find out. All right, so git status. Let's take a look at all the different files that were changed, right? So git ignore. So let's go and take a look at that. Cat git ignore. Workspace. I think that the workspace would be fine. I don't know if he wants to keep that in there or not. These ones are excluded. That's correct. AWS export dist mock data. Yeah, this looks correct. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some other stuff that was added. I have a question on SwiftUI custom tab bar. Would you mind answering? Not sure if it is a common problem, but still. I am happy to answer any questions that I know the answer to, but when it comes to Swift UI and like very specific things like custom tab bar, I'm probably not going to know. So just keep that in mind. I'm happy if you can ask the question, just ask the question. But I probably won't know the answer. If I know the answer, I'll definitely tell you that. Let's see. So we don't want anything with XC user data, and we don't want DS store. And I'm actually going to remove this. I think that I did this. X. XC user data and DS store. So now we shouldn't have XC user data. Right? This one neither. And DS store. So get status. This looks okay. Yeah, we got the workspace back. The pod file lock, pods, and amplify. We got those deleted, this deleted, this deleted. Yep, that looks right. All right. All right, git commit -m and add amplify, remove lingering Mac OS fold files. All right. Okay. Have you gone back to change the data model since last stream? I think that you had asked me about it, and are you the same person that asked me about it? Was your name Henry, I want to say? No. Gordon. Gordon, is that you? Let's see. If it is Gordon, I saw your diagram. It was really cool. I have gone back and I modified the schemas a little bit. I just added that one thing that you had mentioned that I forgot, which was the categories. But other than that, not really. When using a custom tab bar, a H stack, the only way I found to keep the state of each view when changing tab is to set the opacity to 0 or 1 if tab is selected. The problem is that with this technique, you need to load every view when launching the app, which is really not a clean way to do it. Yeah. Yeah, I think what you would have to do is you would have to keep state. You would have to have a class for each of those. Yeah, so like I think that what you would have to do is one right, I'll cover that in a second. What I think you would have to do is you'd have to have like a view model or some type of observable object or not even an observable object. It would be a state object. You would have to have a state object that's tied to that H stack. So let's say that you put your H stack in another view, right? Like the H stack is just inside the body of that view. And what you could probably do is have a state object that keeps track of each of those, like each of the like the views that are associated with that tab. You can hang on to that state there, and it should persist across. Not sure. I mean, that's like a really specific thing and very complex, and I don't know off the top of my head, but like I would add a state to my H stack, my custom tab bar, and then I would see if I could hang on to it there. When was the data model designed? Was it in another stream? Yeah, so I designed it in the last stream, and right now I'm trying to get it to be implemented into the Swift code, which we just got going. Cyrus recommended singleton. That's one other way to also do it. Dollarfall, thank you for answering that. Yeah, I was in a different stream the other day. Yeah, happy to help, Joseph. Hopefully that gives you like maybe an idea of how you might do that. Okay, so that's enough talking, right? We got everything in here. Next, what I want to do is I will merge this into Kilo. Git check out Kilo. Git merge feature Amplify -2. Yes, git status. And then what I will do, I wonder if you could do a pull request from GitHub right here. GitHub. How would you do a pull request? PR checkout. What? PR. I'm gonna try it. Manage pull request. Let's see. PR. Create a pull request. Okay. GHPR create. We want to do it on that one. The title. Add Amplify to app. Body. To launch Nano. Oh, I haven't used Nano in a minute. That's good. Okay. How do I get out? Right out. Whoops. How the hell do I get out of here? Damn. Yeah, I don't remember how to use Nano. Submit. Whoops. Let me see. I think it made it. That's pretty cool. That was the first time I made a pull request from the command line. Add Amplify to app. Let's take a look at it. That's fine. Okay, cool. So there we go. All right. So let's see. Um, one sec, y'all. So I need to really just discuss with him like what he thinks about doing pull requests, or if we should just be merging and stuff like that. But this one's a pretty big one, so he should probably review it. Okay, so Joseph says singleton is not possible. We cannot store Swift UI views as object references. Swift, well, I think maybe a singleton on like the state maybe might be what was being suggested. In UIKit would have been easy to store the state of each controller. Maybe you could use user defaults to store state inside of an array of integers representing each tab bar. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and close this. All right, so then the next thing would be to, let me see. I suppose the next thing would be to start building out the ability to actually interact with these services, right? So we're starting off with, let's go ahead and, what am I going to add? I guess this would be home functionality. So let's go ahead and git checkout home functionality, right? And let me see, one sec. And let me see. All right. So what I want to do is I want to start implementing some of the functionality to actually be able to query. So let me see what he has here. So we have home view. And this is the part where I probably have to get more accustomed to his coding style and see like what we're doing. So he has an observed object, home view object shared. I wonder. That's interesting. I haven't thought about doing a singleton of the observed object. But he's also using an observed object right here, which probably is not the right tool for the job. Okay. When I was speaking of state, I was speaking about the state of each screen. If you scroll a controller and you change the tab and you come back, the controller state will be unchanged. In UIKit, every controller is into the tab stack as class are referenced. We have no problem with that. Yeah, I know what you're referring to, and that's what I was also referring to, is like you would store that state manually, because that's the problem with like when you're working with, you know, these custom things, is like there's a lot of stuff that goes into them. While they're not necessarily ideal and they don't give you the full flexibility, especially of the UI, it can be tough to like change some of these things. Okay, so based off of how he's coding it, let me see. Okay. I think we both have like different approaches to go about this. So it looks like the way that he's using it is our state is going to be stored in a singleton object. And then that object is right here. It's an observable. And we would access the values from here like so. He's also expecting that we have this load active clubhouses. So what is he referring to as a clubhouse? Okay, so the clubhouse is what we're listing out right here. What object did I make that would represent that? I think that that would be probably a room. Right? Is that right? Let's take a look at his model and our model. Clubhouse model. Okay, so let's see. He is interested in the title. Which I wonder. So we have the room. Yeah, I think that we're missing a couple of connections and properties. Because I want to say the room is what we are working with. The club follow. Let's take a look at the data schema because I don't know what is going on right now. Okay, so let's take a look. We have the event, the topic, external handle of the user, the room type. Let's see, room type should be probably associated with a room. Yeah. Let's see. So add relationship. We have our room type, and a room can only have one room type. So let's go ahead and add that. Room type. There we go. The room is also going to need a number of people. This will be, I think this will be a computed property, and then it will have participants. There we go. So we would need a new object called room participant, because we don't want to, because we're going to have many participants in the room, but we don't want it to be taught. Oh, well, let me think. Oh, actually, no. We could have a one-to-many directly because a user can only be in one room at a time. So participants. Only problem if we do it this way is that we don't have additional data about whether that user is like if they're a moderator or not, right? So who holds that data? And you wouldn't want to put it right on the user themselves. Yeah, making a different model that encapsulates this idea might be the best way to go. Yep, I think that's the way. So room participant. This is going to have a status. Either it's going to be room participant role, right? We'll have room participant role. And that could be a string. And I think this is going to be required. And then we'll have a one-to-one relationship with a user. And then the room will have plenty of participants. There we go. Participants. All right, here we go. So room. Wait, where did I add that? Oh, not here. On room, right here. Participants. There we go. All right. Okay, so what do you think the future of Swift UI? Will the developers leave Swift and migrate to Swift UI? So I think you might be mixing up two different ideas here. Faiz, Swift is a programming language. Swift UI is a framework to build UI with Swift. So you could think of this like you have Kotlin or Java, and then you also have like the Android frameworks that you use to build out Android views and like something like Jetpack Compose, or you could have JavaScript, right, and React Native, or you could have like Dart and Flutter. So Swift is just a programming language, and Swift UI is how you would actually build out your UI. So you would use Swift to write Swift UI. So yeah. With apps like this, what are the layers that you tend to implement from an architecture standpoint? I'm not really sure what you mean by like layers. Like what? I'm not sure what you mean by layers. Like, is what I'm doing right now in regards to relationships, is that what you're referring to as a layer, or like what are you referring to? Will you use WebRTC for real-time communication? We're going to be using Agora, which is what I heard Clubhouse actually uses. Data with the room, right? I think you might have been referring to something I was talking about earlier. We're working on the room, yeah. Roles, enum. The only reason why I don't like working with enums, while they're great, as soon as you add another enum, things just begin to break, and it's like not necessarily forward thinking. So I really try to use enums sparingly. All right, let's make sure that we're covering all of our bases, right? So a clubhouse, what Jared had titled as a clubhouse, we are going to make it a room. A room is going to have participants. We need to have the number of speakers, which is going to be based off of the role of the participant and the count of those participants, the room ID, and the title. So that covers that. Our user will have an ID, we'll have a name, and we'll have an avatar key. Okay, so we are set. Let me just double check to make sure what the user looks like. Make sure that we do have an avatar key. And somehow I forgot to add that. Handle. Yeah, what an idiot. What an idiot I am. How did I miss that? So stupid. Avatar key. Okay, so room participants topic. We have a room participant object now. This looks good. This is manual. We need to have a room in order to create a room ID. User. This relationship is also required to create a room participant. So let's go through and make sure that everything is as we believe it should be. Followers, mandatory. These are mandatory. Mandatory. Activity type. Users required. An event should have a date, a description, maybe. Room, absolutely. The topic, yes. Topic category ID. This should, I don't know about that. That could be optional. Clubs may not have any clubs. That's okay. Topic category does need not a NAM. It needs a name. The topics, for sure it needs topics, even if it's an empty array. The name is not mandatory. Okay, follower account, bio. Room type, title might be associated with a club. Room type, yeah, that's an optional. It should have a title, yeah. Yep. A club. Wait, room has a topic? Not necessarily. A club has a name, description, maybe. Members, yes. Topics, no. Club follows, no. Okay, this looks good. I think this is okay. So now, if we do amplify pull, okay. So, looking good, looking good. Layers as in the app's networking layer, domain layer, database layer, and how these layers interact. kind of. There we go. Oh, hold on. I'm doing something completely different. So to talk about, the layers. Oh, failed to pull up sandbox. No such file. Failed to pull sandbox app. I think when the Amplify backup is here, it crashes. So let's go ahead and remove, recursively force this, Amplify, pull, or let's just go ahead and pull it from here. All right. Let's see if we could get this to pull. Okay, so this is breaking for some reason, so let's go ahead and remove Amplify 2. Not really sure why. So this is the problem when you work with sandboxes a little bit too much, is that overwriting can be kind of a problem. There we go. Missing some. All these should be fine, except we are missing some. So, and I'm about to talk about like the layering, how I intend to layer everything. Just want to get this working though. Room participant. Did it get added? Oh, up here at the top. Interesting. Everything else was added in order. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and try to run this. All right, so layers, kind of, right? So everything's going to be, we're going to be working with protocols a lot, or at least that's what I intend on implementing, is like a protocol based programming and protocol-oriented programming, where everything that we interact with is going to be a protocol, and then the concrete implementation will be like the Amplify layer. So there will be like the I'm going to call them services. So there will be like a data service, for example, where I actually query. The data service will be the protocol, so it'll be like get rooms, right? Get these rooms, get the clubhouses, right? I'll call get rooms on. I will call get rooms on the data service, and then the concrete implementation of that will be Amplify data service, where I am interacting with Amplify itself. So I'll do amplify.datastore.query. I'll get back those users and then pass them through. So that's the plan. Okay. The next thing I think I want to do is replace his Clubhouse query. So I want to replace everything with rooms. So wherever he's using this, I am going to Okay. Okay. Okay, so how do we want to pass this around? We are going to need a dependency manager. So he has the model view controller, but this does not scale that well. Let's go ahead and create a new folder called services. I'll just talk to him that, like, I think that services as being a separate folder might be beneficial, and see how he feels about that one. So what we will have is first we need a dependency manager. This is going to be a protocol. Man, I am so freaking hungry. I'm gonna have to get off right now because my stomach is just like, it is killing me. Let me see. Let me see. All right, so then in our dependency manager, we're also going to have a data service. This will also be a protocol. And then our dependency manager will have a data service on it. Service. Okay, so then we will have an Amplify data service. There we go. Oh, crap. I forgot to ask him if he wanted to use combine or not. I'm going to assume that he does. Let's go ahead and make this class Amplify data service like this, conforms to data service like that. And first thing that we want to do is, what did he have? The home view object. Get rooms, I guess. Func get rooms. Let me think. Yeah, this is going to definitely get a little bit more complex. Right now, we're just going to get back all the rooms for the right now until I figure out how I want to do that. Any cancelable. No, any publisher. And we will be returning room. And we need an error type. Clubhouse error. So once we have our enum Clubhouse error, localizable or localized error, let's go ahead and give this one unknown for right now. What's going on, Kenny? What's up, man? So now I started writing your name, Kenny. You're the error. What was I gonna add in here? Clubhouse error like that. So then what we will do is amplify data store dot query. We are looking for the room, and let's see. So this will give us back the publisher, and what we have to do is we have to map the error. And what I'm going to do is I will add an extension. Clubhouse error. Not sticking around for long because I've looked at enough code for this week, but dropping by to see the progress. Well, thanks for dropping by and making your eyes suffer through a little bit more code. I realize that it's Friday afternoon and maybe people don't want to see so much code on a Friday afternoon. They're going out doing stuff or just getting away from code and they're like, ugh, F that. So totally get it. Thanks for dropping by. I really appreciate it. Let's see. So we want to initialize this with, we'll go ahead and import Amplify. May need to be something else, but what is the error here? Data store error. Data store, or actually I think we could do amplify error, amplify error, amplify error. Ooh, yes. So we pass in an amplify error and then we get back another error. So then right now we're just going to simply return, oh, maybe in the case data store error. There we go. If amplify error is data store error, return data store error, amplify error, else return unknown. Does this work or not? Nil is the only return value permitted in an initializer. Oh. Okay. Wait, how do I even do this? I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay. I guess maybe it's self equals. Is that right? Yeah, I guess. This feels weird. All right, let's see if we can, map this thing. Clubhouse error.init dot map or erase to any publisher. There we go. There we go. You guys using Swift UI? Yes. Yes, we most certainly are. All right. So then we do the query like that. And our data service will now need to be able to get rooms. Import combine any publisher like this, and it is going to be returning rooms, not like that, but, and then Clubhouse error like that. Then our dependency manager has our data service. So now we just simply need to have a Clubhouse dependency manager for the concrete implementation. Clubhouse dependency manager. Looks about right. Class Clubhouse dependency manager. Dependency manager like that. Let's see. Let's fix this. We'll do let dependency service equals amplify data service like that. I'm also going to make this a singleton so we can access it easier. Init static let shared is equal to Clubhouse dependency manager like that. Private. There we go. So what we can do from here is we can access it from the Clubhouse. Let me see, where did he put it? Clubhouse model? The controller, I think. So now, I don't know exactly what he wants to do here. Let manager equals okay. We can give it a default argument and then nothing else changes. That will work. Manager, dependency manager, Clubhouse dependency manager like that. Right? No? Oh, that's right, shared. So what we can do now is we can access the different values. So we'll have private let data service like that. Self.dataService is equal to manager.dataService. From here, let's import combine. That's exactly it, Thalerfall. That's exactly it. So the dependency manager, the way that I think about it is like, this is what's going to just hang on to all of our different services, and we're just going to shove them all in here. And the reason why I like to do it like this is because it makes dependency injection very simple, in my opinion. Whether it's best practice or not, I don't know. A lot of people will use things like, Swinject or something like that and use a dependency manager, but it's really just doing this under the hood, and I don't really see a problem with it. So then what I have is I have this, this singleton which I can pass around, and then I can access all of my different dependencies from there. And the reason why I also made it, dependency manager a protocol is so that we can also build out a mock dependency manager. And if we decide to go with building out tests and things like that, we can just simply add in, we could create a concrete class called mock dependency manager and mock data service, and then everything still works. So I think that this is the right place to be using singletons. A lot of people hate using singletons, but I really feel like I think there's a lot of strong points in using it in this method. Also, the creation of the home view object, if you wanted to test this out, now you can still use dependency injection. You just need to pass in some type of dependency manager, mock dependency manager, right? And then you still have access to the mock data service that it's providing, and everything still works. So that's kind of my thought process behind it. I have an entire video covering that. It's called Swift UI MVVM, and I kind of go over like why I think this way. Is it the best practice? Probably not, but it seems to make a lot of sense in my head. So now we have this data service, and we need to also have somewhere to store all the tokens as well. Var tokens, any cancelable. Then we just do data service, get rooms, receive on dispatch queue.main sync. We also need to have this completion. Yeah, no problem. Happy to explain it. I get asked about it a lot of the times because, it's like it's an approach that isn't really shown out there, and it can definitely be questionable. I know that there's probably flaws with it. I just can't see them right at the second. But yeah, I'm always happy to explain it, and then if somebody has something that makes more sense to me, then I'll probably just opt to use that. But so far, people have been all right with what I'm recommending. All right, so then we need a published var rooms. All right. All right. So now we have everything wired up and we can do the load active rooms like so. The next step would be to remove the requirement for active clubhouses. And that's actually a really key word, is active. I suppose that we can just simply delete the rooms after they're done, right? Like after everybody has left, we simply delete. We'll see how that goes in the future. So now we need to go over to the views, go to the home view. We have our home view. I'm just going to change this to a state object. I feel like this is not the right one. So we'll just keep that as a state object for right now. All right. And he's creating a clubhouse cell with a clubhouse. Okay. What would happen if we change this to room? Let's find out. Oh, actually we would have, yeah, room, okay. Topic. Oh, okay, so let's take a look at that. So what happens on Clubhouse when... Hold on. I need to go find my son. 1 second. I'll be back. Or actually, I'm going to end it right there. I'm gonna stop it right there. I may have a potential emergency, but I got to go. I appreciate everybody that came to the live stream. Here's the Discord link if you want to connect with me after this stream and want to hang out or just talk or whatever. You can reach out to me on Discord. I'm going to wrap it up right here. I got to go. Thank you for your time. Go out there, keep coding passionately.